700 for the tick. All right, there goes, you got Apple in play, you got Netflix going down. Wow, Baba went completely straight up. You got Tesla going straight up. Nvidia's kind of coming back down. Kind of want to see this tick come down a little bit here, guys. There goes your Amazon, Dan. Straight up. Oh my God. This thing is cooking. Alright, what calls we getting, Lisa? Alright, I'm going to take some NVIDIA right here with shares at 268.80. And then I'm going to add some calls on, so I'm taking this right here in the video. I'm going to put my stop at the bottom of this deal here, so I'm going to give it about $1.40. Okay. All right, let's let that run for a bit. Amazon, I just want to see if this thing's going to come back down half the candle there. That thing was just massive, you know? I'm going to look at some contracts here for NVIDIA. Get a 70 delta. Just looking at Amazon, how it pulled back that whole half that candle. So I got my stop right here, guys, at 267.46 for NVIDIA. Let's see how this plays out. It came back down and touched the 8. It could just spring load all the way back up. Got the SPY coming down. The Qs are starting to retrace back, but they are coming down. I'm going to get, if it holds this line here, I'm going to get out. Just hang on for a second. I want to see if this is just going to pop back up and then go right back up. Okay? We should be okay here. I'm in the video right now, and I want to see if it holds this 267.46. Amazon just kind of did a spike up, but ripped all the way back down, so I didn't take that. Just because it was very parabolic. The market looks like it's wants to retrace back up off these little pullbacks. I'm waiting for this tick to start reversing. Um, no, let's just, for you, I would wait for just to see if it pops the top, because we could probably, it hasn't hit my stop yet, but it's close, you know? I'm within 10 cents of it hitting my stop. But I'm looking at the Qs here reversing and the SPY reversing right now. And I'm hoping the tick, you know, it always kind of comes back after 800-900. See if it can reverse back up here, okay? I'm looking at some calls in the video. Anybody looking at any of those strikes? If you're going to get 100 of them, then we'll worry about it. But 10, you're good. 5, you know what I mean? As long as it's got 100, we're good, you know? Oh man, that's a total frickin' miss there. Sorry guys. I'm over here looking at calls on this thing. 265s, that's a 68. I'm going to add some right here to NVIDIA. Okay. Not add, but I don't have any calls yet. So 265s at $5.75. Spread's 15 cents. I'm just going to mark it in. So I got it at 565. You know where my stop is at 267.46 to see if this plays out. Amazon. It's pretty whippy, guys. It's pretty choppy. I see chop right there. I see a long tail. I see it retraced everything back. And I see another tail. I don't see a morning star. I just see a lot of chop. Okay. We'll see. It could easily just continue back up. All right, let me see some calls here. There's a lot to do, you know? Plus I gotta watch the stock I'm in. It's fun. Who can do this? I wonder my brain hurts half the time. Let's see. 65s. 66 Delta at $33.65. Alright, I'm going to take some of those. I figure it's like a 25% chance it's going to make it, but I'm going to take some. So I'm in Amazon, I'm in NVIDIA. What fill did you get? Are you in 1930s or 1932 fives? Okay, so I just want to write down your entry. I want to just see what the heck is going on. I always like to study what other people get. Alright, we're going to give this a $3 stop. Okay? $3 stop on Amazon. So if you're in them at 35s, guys, don't let it go past 32. Alright? Sound good? I can't manage your guys' trades, so you know my stop in NVIDIA, you know my stop on Amazon. But seriously, I gotta concentrate. I guess Apple would have worked out. You know, I just couldn't see everything. NVIDIA is still sitting there. Still in it. My stop is 267.46. I got contracts and I got shares. All right, I'm going to put my stop right here at 148.50 at the top of this consolidation. So, but I'm going to look at my options and make sure it doesn't retrace $3 back, okay? This is just kind of like a bellwether. I'm going to look at it, then I'm going to look at my option and make sure, let's see. Great. It's already at 32. You see that? It's at 32.40 right now. I mean, you can play it two different ways. This whole gap, if fibbed on this whole movement here, you've split it halfway to see if it's just going to pop back up. I'm looking at the tick starting to go back up, and I got the Qs ripping back down now. The SPY is starting to take back off, and the Dow's going up now. So it's an okay market. It's just chop right now. It's playing the same way out as Nvidia is. So I'm just seeing if this is going to launch back up real quick, okay? We do have the SPY reversing. I'm going to give it a minute here, okay? I do on my shares, but I don't have on my contracts. I think this is just going to chop right back up for us, okay? I think I'm going to breathe a little bit, and we're just going to see how this plays out, all right? Do you see how I said I'm going to breathe a little bit? You like that? I'm out now. And I'm out of this Nvidia. All right, there's two losses. Boy, not a good start. All right, we got work to do. All right, I got about $7 to make up. Whew. Okay, 1930s. I'm gonna get some right now, okay? $30.60. Spread's real tight, so I'm gonna take some. Getting a little premature in. I'm gonna put my stop right there. So I'm gonna take some calls right now, all right? Got this big double bar, it's gotta get by on the 10. Stop sitting right there. Let's see if it can just launch over this on the 10-minute. Projected range is right down there at the 1960. So to get up to the 1960, I'm going to sell half my shares, my contracts. Yeah, I'm getting some puts in Amazon. All right, guys, I'm in these calls with Amazon. Put my low bottom of the day. and expecting 1960. So I'm gonna let it eat. All right, I gotta make up $7. So I'm just gonna let this eat. I'm looking for a target of 1960. So see where this works out. You could use the 8 as your out on the 10, okay? Let's just see how this plays out. It's going to be a little choppy up and down. We're in the 8:30 time frame, so I'm not expecting any miracles right now. But I like that it's making higher highs on the 10. I like the position right now, so we'll see what happens, okay? All right, guys. I'm in a good trade, and I got a bunch of contracts. That doesn't mean you guys got to sell these, but I'm taking half my profit here. It looks really strong. It looks good off the double bar. I've had about a 6, 7, I've had a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, $9, 10, almost a $10 move. It looks like it's going to continue. It looks good. It's broke the high of the day. It's a really good trade. I have 100 contracts, so I'm going to get rid of a few. If you got 1 or 2, don't worry, you're good. But I just got too much exposure to this. I had to make up a bunch of losses today, so I'm good. I'm not sure if anybody's in here, but so I want to hit a target of 1960. It's right there at that pivot. I'd like to sell the rest of them there. So you got this green, you know, if you move your stop up a couple bucks into the 1950, 949 in there, let this thing eat. But it's right there holding the high of the day. It's almost going to hit it again on the wick, you know, because it got there to 1957.45 today. Is it going to blow through there again? But that's a soft body, you know what I mean? But we are going up, so that's the positive part, okay? Yeah, don't worry about that tick right now. Tick's neutral. We got this Q's looking really good. SPY looks good. The Dow hasn't retraced anything. It's slowly grinding back up. So let's just eat a little bit. Give you another $5-6 in the stock. Okay. That's what I'm doing. Sold 50 just because I had a nice $7 move there. That's huge, you know. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing, you know. Like where? No, I see this one at 1959.14. Right here. No, it's today's. It's today's right there. You know? You know, it's don't worry about it. But it's 1959.14 is the next target. Okay. Let's see it hit that. That would be really nice. That another $5. Okay. It didn't quite. It almost hit it today. It almost did it and retraced back. That's a hard body on the 10, which is nice. That's not a wick on top of there. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna let this go for a little bit. All right. but it's kind of like driving down the road and you're like, ah, crap, I took the wrong exit. I'm 30 miles out of my way. Now I got to drive another 30 miles just to get back to where I was. That's kind of how I felt today. Like the market wasn't going to let me, it wasn't going to let me, you know, it just decided it was going to do whatever it wanted to do today. And I figured we were going up. I caught it wrong here. I thought for sure we were going up, just like right here. Then President Trump decided to start talking. Boom. You know, talking about all his whatever. And I thought, oh, once I told everybody, once President Trump starts talking, market's going up. Right? Or maybe I just told Lisa that. Maybe I thought I told everybody that. When he starts talking, this is going back up, right? Yeah, guys, don't take it personal when the odds are in our favor to take a position and then it doesn't go our way, but we take a calculated risk. It's just the way the market is. You can't beat yourself up over it, you know? And then you just go in the direction of, well, that double bar, that's massive. That's a massive, that's right somewhere, that's a morning star. I'll bet if I kick that down on another chart, that really morning stars are double bars on other charts. I'll bet if we looked at the 3, it probably was a morning star. Let's see, down here, no, it was a double bar. 5, let's see what it was. You know what I'm saying though. So really it was just basically a double bar. We traded a double bar, okay? That's pretty powerful. That's reversal, because that's a bullish sign. That green is bigger than that red, and then it just propelled, started going up, you know? I moved it to the 10 just to clean it up. And I've been periodically sitting here and periodically going back and forth, trying to see what I was going to do. And I'm still in it with 15 contracts. And I had a boatload right here, and it doesn't matter how many I had. I have a tendency to put a little more size on when I'm down a little bit. When I see this massive, huge reversal like this. When I see a reversal like this, I'm like, okay, load it up. Why not, right? Just trying to give you an example. This is all recorded. You'll be able to see it. I think that really helps people to see the recordings. I tried to send you guys the Amazon one of yesterday. The file was too big. So I only could send the Netflix and the AMD. But I wanted to send you how I managed the puts on my Amazon, but the file was an hour and a half and I couldn't upload it. So I didn't mean to not send that one. That's the file's too big, okay? But I like to send my losses too and my gains. It's just not all about seeing how I win, okay? You see the one on Friday, I lost twice in Facebook. I was on $900. I lost, I think it was in Amazon, I don't know what direction, but I lost a bunch of money. But then on the right trade, on the puts, I made $27,000. But it ended up being a net 15, you know? You know, the key takeaway from trading Amazon is really seriously, the line doesn't change from your entry. If you got in at 1946 or 1950, you know, whenever you got in, it's the time frame that makes it look so weird. If you don't move it over to the 10-minute, you can't trade Amazon. The lines never change. It's just the way your brain thinks. Because if you put it on the 5, let's say you put it on the 3. I don't know if anybody's here. But if you put it on the 3, there is no way you can trade this stock. Look at it. Okay? And if you want to put it on the 1, just go cuckoo. And I know, listen, I'm never going to talk about anybody again in my lifetime, but I'm done. There's no way. There's no way you'd stay through that, stay through that, stay through that, stay through that, stay through that. You wouldn't. So look how this cleans it up. The line never changes from your entry from way down here. I forget, I have to look, but look at the 10, how the line still is the same. You have to remember this, guys. When you put your line in and you say, hey, my out, because everybody asks me, where's my out? I said it's low of the day when I first started, okay? Low of the day, that never changed. My entry was somewhere in here. I'll have to look at my trade manager. You know, we were in it somewhere in here on the 4, I'm on the 5. But when you change it to the 10, it never changes. The line is a line is a line. All right? So, where's your out? Everybody asks me, where's my out? Did I cross the 8? No. Did I cross the 8? No. Did I cross the 8? No. Here, this is a big blow off. But I seen this here. I said, that's a very abnormal candle. Is it going to hold? The wicks start coming back. Here's the blow off right here. It touched it. And I was like, well, is this going to continue down? Is this going to continue down? Is this going to continue down? And it wasn't. It was some kind of stupid news. You know? You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And then, do you see, you know what I mean? But I want you guys to understand this. Let's say you lose money. You're like, you know, I didn't plan it right. I lost $6, whatever. Don't give up. Knowing if you're just going to trade Amazon, move to the 10. You know? Hopefully this helps a little bit explaining this. Now, you see these blow-offs. And I've said it before. That's just a reversal candle. Most of the time, that's just... Those are like if you see a blow off on the top and you take them short, you know? Well, this is no different than a blow off and you got this exhaustion wick where it's exhausted. It's already, you know? I'm just showing you because it happened everywhere. You know what I mean? This one was right here. When that happened, this stock went down, but I seen it start creeping back up, creeping back up, creeping back up. I was like, oh crap, it's going to hit this 1953 right here. I'm going to erase some of my profit. I said, okay, well that's the high of really that consolidation there. It never came back down through there. I had a bunch of money already in it, so I just waited. I said, okay, let's see how this ends. I don't want to panic and just sell. Panic, get out, get back in. Panic, get out, get back in. I don't want to just panic because it did a little pullback, you know? Very seldom, even on these, I'm like, guys, let's give it a little meat. I waited, I gave him plenty of room. I got out twice, and I should have stayed in the damn thing. If I would have just stayed in it long like I wanted to, but I'm too worried about you guys losing $12. This is my biggest thing about coaching. I'm like, well, there's that one candle. There it goes back up. Here it comes back up. Here it comes back down. We're in some sideways chop. Never really broke pre-market. Here we go. We're right there. Yeah, these are big candles, but it never really broke down to pre-market. You know? You know, if you look at that, it just stayed right there. So, yeah, and it's just, we're trading a stock that its average fluctuation on a candle is between $7 and $12. Each one of these candles are between $7 and $10 move. Look at this wick from here to here. That's shit. That's $9. Here to here. That's $9. Here to here. That's $11. Yeah. So you got to think that this is a $2,000 puppy, and this is fluctuating. Like if you had a $100 stock, it'd probably move 50 cents. If you had Apple, you know, a $1.50 move would be a lot. But you go over here, the true range of this stock, this thing moves $48 a day. That's what the range is on 14 days back. So I look at that real quick. I go, okay, we got a $48 move. Well, hell, let's move 37. Let's move 32 today. So it's pretty close to its true range. It's not even done yet. You know, we still got an hour and a half. This thing could be what? This thing could do whatever. You know what I mean? you know, as we're talking, it's up another $5. I didn't do anything. I'm just using this green line. I didn't make that green line. Did it kind of test it a little bit? Yes. Could I got back out? Could I got back out and got back in? Sure. You know, took my profit, waited for it to hit the height again, get back in. You know, if you wanted to trade that way, that'd be okay. You know, if you're like, hey, I don't want to lose that loss, or like you did, you sold half. Guys, I had 100 contracts right here, and I kept peeling them off. I peeled off 25, peeled off 25, peeled off 10, and then I peeled off, well, I think I got 12 left because it didn't take my order yet. But I'm getting ready to sell these because I'm thinking I'm just tired of looking at it. I know that's weird, but I don't want to sit here anymore, you know? But I just want to walk you through that. I told you guys I had to get to work. Like this, I wasn't happy. And I don't say it but I wasn't excited. I was down $14,000 at 30 contracts. You think I was excited? I'm like, but see, it's all relative. You know, 30 contracts, you're thinking, all right, he let his stop go to $4, 4 times 3,000. Doesn't take too long to get to 12 grand, okay? So don't think for 1 minute that I don't feel this little pullback sometimes too on my trades, all right? But I don't panic. I just don't panic, okay? But I would explain it even if I said, hey guys, I lost today. Sorry, that's the way it happened. I may have had to make that explanation today. Hey, I made a bad trade. Lost today. Then I would send the video out. Say, guys, I lost some money today. I mean, it's okay. I'm not trying to be perfect. Just trying to be like real, okay? Yeah, and they're not. So let's I'm human, you know? I'm not a robot. When I get a text from somebody and they're down a bunch of money, you think I don't sit here and trade all day with them? You think I'm not in there trying to make every penny back for them? You know? I wear it, man. I'm not over here like, oh crap, I made a bunch of money. How about when I'm down 14 grand? You know? I mean, it's like, oh, you know? Okay, it was 12, I don't know what it was, but if you go, you know, if you take 30 times it by 3,000, you know the math, and you take 4 or 5, well, it doesn't take long, you know? It's all relative, it's all the same. I'm not trying to talk about money, I'm just trying to talk about the experience. So, all right, so I'm going to get rid of these contracts here right now. Super happy with my profit. Really, I don't really need to get out. It hasn't crossed there yet. But you know what? I'm fine. I'm good. I really got to go run or something, or do something and get blood flowing here, you know? All right, so I'm done. This square actually could run today and run tomorrow. They just upgraded it. They said it's the best payment platform they've ever seen. They've upgraded into the hundreds. I'm not saying that's why you buy it, but this is massive. And it just may end up without a wick tomorrow. So please, guys, look at this. I'm in it right here at 93.33. You know, I just bought it, got in. It just had a lot of momentum. And I thought, well, what's the worst that can do? I was thinking, well, I could lose 40 cents. Just like the AMD trade I did yesterday. This one doesn't move that much, so it really isn't going to hurt you. So I thought, oh crap, I'll lose 30 cents, no big deal. I'm in this TLRW. It's okay. It's just one of those, it just hasn't broke. I got my stop at the low of this consolidation. You know, I got caught in this little whipsaw crap thinking, oh yeah, it's going to go to the moon like it did. I was hoping to get a $40 run on it. You remember when it ran that, right? I was like, well, maybe I'll get in there and it'll run all the way to 140, right? But these aren't stocks that are for the faint-hearted. So I got in here. I'm caught in this thing here. We'll see what happens, okay? But it's all right. We don't always have to. You have to show other things too, okay? All right, well, I'll talk to you guys later. But watch this square, guys. This could be good for tomorrow. I'm not saying get in and hold it overnight, but it's got no wick right now. So we would call that like a 2-day pop, because if it has a big wick, if it doesn't have a wick, it still has room to have it continue move, okay? You know, this stock can't hurt you too much. The spread's like nothing. It's like 5 cents. You can market in and out of this. These are the stocks you need to learn on. You know, you're going right to the hardest stock in the world to trade, and you wonder why you're having a problem with a $10 move? I mean, holy crap. I have problems trading it. And I've been doing this for 4 years. I have like, I feel like, you know, I don't have that problem with Square or Apple. Look at Home Depot. Home Depot's easy to trade. Just an easy trade, you know? Spread's not that big. What's that? Look at the spread. What's that, a penny? You know what I mean? 3 cents? You can market in and out of these things. Netflix, a little bigger beast, okay? That thing's got a 20, 30 cent spread. It's 10 now, but these are harder. These are just harder to trade. Tesla, forget about it. You got to be lucky to make money in this. You just got to be lucky. How do you trade that? How the hell do you trade that? You know? Look at this. These are just ones that just are really rough to trade. They don't, what it is, the patterns don't always work. They just don't follow through, okay? So just pick some. Facebook, you had an opportunity to take it long. I was in Amazon though. You could have boxed it in. Somebody called it out, I think it was Sam. He said, hey, this is going up. It was, but I said, hey, it's not for me because I'm in something else, okay? Then you got, just start maybe trading the Square on your list. What else could you trade? What else could you guys trade that's easy? Square, Boeing, man, Boeing's good, but it isn't. It just didn't do anything today. Do you see how it was just kind of choppy? The reason I just said I'm not really into it, because I could just see it, it's just all these wicks and all this, you know? It didn't look promising to me. Yeah, it did this little, what you said, Morningstar somewhat, but it did this massive candle and just flushed out. Or I don't know where you've seen that. You were looking at a 5. You were looking on a 3 probably. You're probably looking on a 3. I'm just trying to review the stuff you guys came up. Hey, you can talk all the time. I don't care. I think you've seen this. Okay, you would have got a nice move. 9 o'clock was it, or was it? So yeah, like there was some nice moves. You could have got this. But I always look here. If I'm trading this, I want to know how much I'm going to get of that. If I get in here and it's right here, the first thing I look at is where's the possibility that it could go to the top of that consolidation. That's okay, but it's not for me, you know? That means I'm going to get, I need a little more juice in my trade. That may have been fine for you, okay? I just look where it could go back to. But they're fine trades. I just want to let you know, thanks for the call out. That's good stuff. It's a good call out on Facebook. NVIDIA didn't work today. I tried it. You could have made some money. If you had just got out of it, it just got really whippy on me. I got out. I was like, it's not working. You know? Tried that long wick up. Tried it. Got slammed. That didn't work out. Amazon did a little bit. I think Dan got a good entry. He made some quick money. We did have a nice little trade. But anyways, you guys know. All right, good talking to you. You guys green today? Awesome. So you had 2 days green. That's awesome. Seems like you're a little more, I don't know what the word would be, more cautious, more just kind of looking at stuff instead of just jumping into stuff, you know?
I think that's a good word, but from your last week to now, you went from 30 trades to 5, so that's really good. And that, I think that's just learning. What it is sometimes, you guys don't want to miss anything. Like, I don't miss it. And anybody in the room could call a trade out, you guys would have taken it. Because it's just like, I don't want to miss it. Okay? You know, and there's nothing wrong with cautious because, you know, once you build up your cushion and stuff, you can, you know, Amazon can wipe out your whole account in 2 days. Yeah, you can wipe it out. The problem is no one else wants to trade these ones that move 20 cents. They just don't. It's no fun. No one really wants. Would you rather trade Amazon on a double bar and make 20 bucks, or would you rather trade Facebook off a double bar and make $1? So I mean, is that one a little more enticing? You know? Well, maybe what you do is just take half. You got less fear in it, less positions in it. You got some of your profit, and then you just let the rest take off. And it goes back to your entry. Then you're like, hey, I'm willing to sacrifice this much money that I could have made taking it all, to willing to sacrifice that if it goes down to break even or just a little bit below because I got a bad fill, to see if it's worth the price of admission. Then I may be able to not just hit a single, but I may be able to get a double or a triple. You know? Not necessarily a grand slam. Okay? I had no idea this was going to go up to here. There was a couple times I'm like, here we go, it's reversing. Like right here. I go, here we go, it's reversing. Believe me, I've thought that too. Right here, reverse, reverse, reverse. But what I learned was that it repeats itself. Green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red. This is the cadence of Amazon. You learn the cadence of Amazon. It does this, it pulls back. It does this, it pulls back. Learn your stocks. This is what the pattern was today. I kept seeing it. Oh, there it goes again, pulling back. All right, there it goes again, pulling back. All right, there it goes again, pulling back. You see what I mean? And you can either sell it at your top, rebuy it right there. Sell it, rebuy it back there. But you got to have a lot of patience because a lot of people can't do that. You know? You got to be highly disciplined to do those trades like that. They call them moving average pullbacks and buy them. I don't trade moving average pullbacks. I don't like them. They don't do anything for me, you know? They're not a pattern for me. It is one. They're not for me. I love morning stars, double bars. Those are my favorite patterns, by far. Because double bars are usually morning stars. They're right in the same family. Okay, they sleep next to each other. They're cousins. Okay. You know, I'm not saying they just sleep. Okay, we'll leave it alone. But you know what I mean? They got a board up between each other. I'm just saying. They share the same bloodline. Okay? And what that means is reversal. And if you see them on top, it's the same thing if you would see an evening star or morning star. You're just seeing this. It's a blow-off bar. But the blow-off was this with a continuation of upward. So basically what it is, it's a reversal. And then you would have your red bar coming back down. But when you see I want you guys to really realize what this is. Amateurs do this. They see this blow off, they buy puts right there. I did this for years. I buy puts right there, lost my ass. This is called a blow off with a reverse slide. I don't need to get real technical. No one really cares. This is a blow-off exhaustion. Usually they go back up 70% of the time. Not always. They fail, the pattern fails and goes back down. But when you see that, amateurs usually buy puts right there. I'm like, shit, I'm buying some calls. I'm buying some calls, right? But the same thing goes with this one. The same thing goes, let's see, 10, 1030, 1045. So you see the same thing here. It touched it, but didn't continue, okay? That's why I didn't panic. Now, you know, hopefully I'm showing you guys this stuff when it's happening and not just explaining it afterwards, because really you can be a genius afterwards, and I send you this trade like, hey guys, look at this. That's what most people do. And you're like, well, I'm not going to get that. How am I going to learn? I want you to explain it when it's happening, okay? That's the difference between me. I'm the one that sweats it. I'm the one that's probably got an ulcer and my stomach hurts every day. My ribs hurt every day now, and I don't know why. But I just feel it's pressure. Because I feel like it's pressure that I got to do it. I'm on stage every single day, and you guys are watching me swing the bat. You know what I mean? Sometimes I get a little crazy and I flip out about stuff. It's just because I give a shit. You know what I mean? But right here, I want you to put this in your brain right now. What is that? Double bar. If you see that, there is a really good possibility that's the bottom, okay? So, all right, so we will talk a little later there, guys. I think Ryan's heading on the way back now. Yeah, we had a good time, built a lot of stuff out, so it was good. It was a good experience. Getting that website done, should be done in a few weeks, and there'll be some really good things you guys can do. Jignesh, what you up to? Well, if you went like this, and you took a fib on this trade, they're called Fibonacci extensions, and this is really advanced stuff. But let's just take a look here, what you're looking at. Mr. Pierce, he doesn't have these in here because it's just too many. He went through too many. The next right now is the 127, and that's probably where I'll bet you $100 it ends up being tomorrow. These are called Fibonacci extensions. That's the 127 extension. They call it the 127 extension. That's 176. Okay. Right here, the 100. I think I got that right there. I moved this down just a little bit. The next extension after that is right here. At 1986. You guys maybe not know what Fibonacci extensions are, but I'll tell you about them soon. John Carter uses these a lot. Big hedge fund companies use these a lot. Who else uses them? I don't know, but these are really good. But it's not that you need to know these. Most people just use the 100 to 0. You know what I mean? But this basically tells you where they think the next point is that the stock will be. That's all these are. These are all just Fibonacci extensions, which is fine. They put them in there for you. It's perfect. You don't have to pull this deal up, okay? But this may not get there. This may not get there today. It may have already exhausted itself. I sold out just because the market is starting to roll over, and we are rolling over, okay? And I didn't want to stay in. This is a rollover sell-off of the market right now. So I got out of my trade. It's still nice. You can still get out on 1966. But I wouldn't hold it any longer. Okay? You got some dojis on the 10. It's gonna struggle to get up to the 1973, you know?